Thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. We have some important news that I wanted to share with you. And this is another benefit program out there that many veterans also receive funds from. And it is at risk of being cut just like VA was. And I wanted to share this because many, like I said, of us on the VA side collect this or will collect this, and it's Social Security, right? So Social Security is facing some challenges, and I wanted to go ahead and read you this article that I found here. It says, major cuts on Social Security are back on the table. What's being proposed now is the headline. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. It's good to be in the know and know what's going on, especially when it comes to the money that comes back into our pockets. Now remember, Social Security, that's something you've been paying into. You've paid into for your whole life, and you need to recoup that at some point and have it come back into your life is how that should work. So let's go ahead and read through it here. I appreciate you watching. Thanks again. All right. A group of Republican lawmakers aims to balance the federal budget / government spending by targeting programs like Social Security. And some seniors could see major reduction in lifetime benefits if the plan makes it into law. The proposal was unveiled on June 14th, so not too long ago, a week or so, by U.S. House conservatives, Bloomberg reported. One of its main features is to raise the full retirement age, FRA. So FRA is full retirement age, at which seniors are entitled to the full benefits they are due. The 176-member House Republican Study Committee, RSC, approved a fiscal blueprint that would gradually increase the FRA to 69 years old. That's a lot. So gradually increase the FRA, the full retirement age, to 69 years old. Hope you plan on living a long time, right? So that's for the full retirement age. And now again, this is a proposal. So let's move on. For seniors who turn 62 in 2033, the current full retirement age is 66 or 67, depending on your birth year. For all Americans born in 1960 or later, the FRA is 67. As Bloomberg noted, workers expecting an earlier retirement benefit will see lifetime payouts reduced if the full retirement age is raised. Those payouts could be drastically reduced for seniors who claim benefits at age 62 when you are first eligible. Lawmakers on both sides of the political aisle have been working to come up with a fix for Social Security before the program's Old Age and Survivors Insurance, OASI, trust fund runs out of money. I've been talking about that for, as long as I've been alive. What could happen within the next decade or so? That could happen within the next decade or so. When it does, Social Security will solely be reliant on payroll taxes for funding, and those taxes only cover about 77% of the current benefits. While most Democrats want to boost Social Security through higher payroll taxes and reductions to benefits for wealthy Americans, the GOP is largely focused on paring down or privatizing the program. As previously reported by Go Banking Rates, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy recently told Fox News that this month's debt limit bill was only the first step in a broader Republican agenda that includes further cuts. This isn't the end, McCarthy said. This doesn't solve all the problems. We only got to look at 11% of the budget to find these cuts. We have to look at the entire budget. The majority driver of the budget is mandatory spending. It's Medicare, Social Security, interest on debt. As Bloomberg noted, Republicans argue that failing to change Social Security could lead to a 23% benefit cut once the trust fund is depleted. So in other words, if you don't do anything, you're going to be forced to do something drastic. So you need to do something. Is this the right thing? I don't know. But we have to do something. Needs to happen is the bottom line. The RSC said its proposal would balance the federal budget in 7 years by cutting some $16 trillion in spending and $5 trillion in taxes. The RSC budget would implement common sense policies to prevent the impending debt disaster, tame inflation, grow the economy, protect our national security, and defund President Biden's woke priorities, U.S. Republican Ben Klein, chairman of the group's Budget and Spending Task Force, told Roll Call. Democrats were quick to push back against the proposal. Budget Committee Democrats will make sure every American family knows that House Republicans want to force Americans to work longer for less, raise families' costs, weaken our nation, and shrink our economy, all while wasting billions of dollars on more favors to special interests and handouts to the ultra-wealthy. U.S. Representative Brendan Boyle, the Budget Committee's top Democrat, said in a statement. I love the back and it's always just drama, right? Back and forth drama. Anyway, meanwhile, White House Press Secretary issued a statement saying the RSC budget amounts to a devastating attack on Medicare, Social Security, and America's access to health coverage and prescription drugs. Although the proposal might make it through the GOP-led House, it's unlikely to become law, at least while Biden is still president. Even if a bill somehow got approved by the Democrat-controlled Senate, Biden would almost certainly veto it. This article originally appeared on GoBankingRates.com, and I'm reading it on Yahoo Finance. So with that, I wanted to give kind of my 2 cents as well on there. The bottom line is, look, we've been talking about and we, the American people, right, have been talking about Social Security and fixing it forever. Something needs to happen. Now, if you're not aware, what does happen, and I'm not sure, I'll try to see if I could pull it up here while I'm talking. There is a cap on your payments into Social Security. And so what happens is when you are paying your taxes on your W-2s and so forth, right? So you get your check and all that stuff, and all your taxes come out. You pay into Social Security. And eventually that stops, and I'm not going to try to type it out because I can't do 2 things at once very good. So the number's probably like 140,000. Once you make over 140,000-ish, that's my fake number, it's somewhere around there, $140,000. Once you make $140,000, now what happens is you do not pay into Social Security tax anymore. So let's say if you make $300,000 a year, and the first 6 months go by, you pay in your full amount to Social Security every month until you hit that 6-month period. Once you hit that one, now you've made $140,000. You're done paying into Social Security, and you do not pay any Social Security tax for the remainder of the year. Now, my thought, and I've been in that bucket for many years, the making over the amount, like I paid out my Social Security through my regular jobs, definitely not YouTube. So through regular employment. So I would hit those numbers, and then I'd get like a little raise, right? Because now I'm not paying into Social Security anymore. And even though I've been in that boat for a very long time, I am absolutely about this idea. My idea is, well, just keep taking it out. I'm not missing it. I haven't missed it for 6 months of the year. I'm not going to miss it the next 6 months of the year, right? So let me keep paying into it, but let's keep my Social Security amount that I get back the same. Now, it sounds a little unfair, and I get it, but I personally would be willing to pay a little extra into the bucket to help bring it full. And I'm still going to get my regular Social Security. I'm just not going to get a higher amount. Like basically where it would cut off would be where my calculations would end, and then I would just continue to pay in. Now that's a $300,000 example, right? But imagine somebody who's making, I don't know, 1.5 million, right? So the first month they're done paying it, right? First month they're done paying into Social Security, and now they got the rest of the year. Are they really going to miss out on a few $100 a month? No, and I'm sure they're not even counting. And anybody who's in the high net worth range they're not going, oh my gosh, I need to make sure I get my Social Security. They have investments everywhere else. So anyway, that's just kind of my 2 cents on it. But definitely wanted to share this information with you because it is important to know, because there are many of us out there that are receiving Social Security and need that to make it through. So with that, we'll go ahead and conclude it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.